Welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first announcement, your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters are unable to see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use our Q&A feature in Zoom to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third announcement. This is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded. You can access that recording by visiting scribescan.com/WACAC. With all of that said, I want to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Newcastle University.
Thanks, Jasmine. You should be able to hear me. So my name is Thomas Day, and I am the International Recruitment Manager for the North America here at Newcastle University. For those of you who don't know where Newcastle University is, we are located in the city of Newcastle upon Tyne, which is the capital of the northeast of England, located just there where the red dot is. We're about 3 hours north of London by train, or approximately an hour flight, and we're really well connected to other cities in the UK. Edinburgh, for example, is just an hour and a half away. We're also lucky to have an international airport only 20 minutes away from our campus. And from there, you can fly to around about 80 different destinations. So for example, you can be in Amsterdam in less than an hour, in Paris in an hour and a half, or if you want to go a bit further, you can even fly to Dubai. Newcastle is a very well-known student city in the UK, and it actually is one of the top 50 global student cities. However, it is also one of the most affordable places to study, and it's very safe and friendly. There's lots to do in Newcastle, but it's still quite compact. You can walk across the centre pretty much in 30 minutes or so. And we're really lucky to not only have a fantastic city, but to be surrounded by beautiful nature. We've got some fantastic countryside to the northwest and south, and then out to the east, only 20 minutes away by metro, we have some fantastic beaches for you to enjoy. The northeast region is also home to more castles than any other part of England. So if you like architecture and history, there's lots to enjoy and see. This is just some of the sights and sounds of the different parts of the region and of the city itself. We're very lucky that our campus is located in the heart of the city, and we do really benefit from having a campus feel, but whilst being in the city centre. So you can see there the two golden shapes in the bottom left and right. They are home to most of our teaching and other types of student facilities, and also a lot of our accommodation is also on campus. The other is sort of just a 10-minute walk away, most of it. So you do get to live on campus as well as study in the city centre. And then the grey rectangle there represents the heart of the city centre with all of the amenities. And you're literally just a 2-minute walk from those when you step off campus. That is the heart of our campus there, the Student Union building in the foreground. And the building in the back with the towers is where you would have your graduation ceremony. The university's history dates back to the 1830s, and you can see that's reflected in a lot of our older buildings. However, we have invested a lot in our campus over the past few years and continue to do so right now. But these are some of the examples of some of the more modern buildings. For example, in the top left there, you have the National Centre for Data and Innovation. In terms of our rankings and reputation, well, we are ranked in the world top 150 universities. That puts us ahead of places like UC Santa Barbara, UC Irvine, Texas A&M, Dartmouth, Arizona State, Tufts, Northeastern, and Georgetown. And we are also a founding member of the Russell Group, which is often called the UK's version of the Ivy League, and includes places like Oxford and Cambridge. In the UK itself, we're ranked in the top 20, and we actually have 13 subjects in the top 10, including speech and language therapy, art and design, creative writing, Asian studies, communication and media, psychology, architecture, linguistics, and sports science, amongst others. We're also highly targeted for our graduates, and we have a high level of employability amongst our graduates, as you can see there on the screen. In terms of the makeup of the university, we have 3 faculties. We teach around about 200 bachelor's degrees and 300 master's and PhD programs. And we have 27,000 students from roughly 120 or so different countries studying on our campus. They cover a whole range of subjects, including law in our humanities school, which is an undergraduate subject in the UK, amongst a wide range of other programs. We also have a number of science and engineering courses. We do not teach veterinary science, but we do have animal science, which is a great pre-vet program. We also have things like marine science. We actually have our own marine research vessel, for example, as well as the medical sciences. Again, dentistry and medicine in the UK are both undergraduate degrees, so you can study those straight out of high school, but we do also offer some other excellent programs as well. We're not test optional, but what I would call test flexible, which means that we're normally looking for 3 APs, but if you don't have those, we will accept other standardized tests in place of those, or things like honors classes, dual enrollment classes, etc. Essentially, we're looking for a total of 3 advanced level qualifications in order to be able to offer you a place. Certain subjects will have specific requirements, and they may require higher grades than a 4, for example, in an AP. But all of that information is available on our website. And if it doesn't make sense, then that's why I'm here, and I can explain it to you and give you some advice and guidance. In terms of extra other support that's available, well, we have teams who are here to help you from pre-application right through to post-graduation. We have health and wellbeing teams who manage the Dogs for Welfare program, for example, as you can see the dogs there on screen, as well as our student finance and guidance teams, and also our campus security. Our career service is available up to 3 years after graduation, and you can get help from them with a wide variety of services like preparing your resume and preparing for interviews, etc. There's lots to do and see on campus, lots of sports activities. We actually are ranked top 10 in the UK for sports. So definitely, if you are a student athlete, I would definitely recommend looking at us. Just to give you an idea of tuition fees, you're looking at roughly $40,000 for your all-in cost per year. But we do have scholarships available as well, and you can also use federal and private loans to cover your costs. If you'd like to find out more, you can check out our virtual activities, or you can also scan the QR code there or contact me via email, and I'd be happy to arrange a one-to-one call with you. Thank you very much, and I will pass now to the next presenter.
Thanks, Thomas. Our next presenter is Will.
Hello, my name is my name is Will Abraham. I'm the international officer at Goldsmiths University of London. I'm based in Brooklyn, New York, as you might be able to tell by my accent. The university itself is located in Southeast London. Goldsmiths is a top-tier public research institution in the New Cross neighborhood of London. We were founded in 1891, and we're part of University of London, which is the 3rd oldest university in the in England. We are a campus of about 10,500 students, and it's a very diverse population with about 35% coming from outside of the UK, and about half our students are students of color, about 20% are LGBTQ plus identifying, and about 43% are first generation. We also have over 135 nationalities represented on our campus, and we've also implemented a Green New Deal, and we are committing to carbon neutrality by 2025 and net zero carbon emissions by 2030 on campus. We are on a single site campus in the southeast part of London. We have a train station at New Cross Gate right outside of our own campus gates, and that will take you right to Tower Bridge and the Shard in about 10 minutes. So super easy access to the center of the city. On campus, we have a public museum, a public movie theater, a gym, a college green that's behind me and also on your screen here, which is a great way to spend some sunnier days in London. We also have halls that are located on and just off campus, so it's usually a pretty quick walk or commute to your classes. The surrounding neighborhood is super vibrant, and our borough of Lewisham has been named the Borough of Culture for 2022 in the UK. So there's tons of music venues, art galleries, coffee shops, restaurants. It's a really vibrant and dynamic place to be a student. London itself has about 9 million people, and there truly is something for everyone with live theater, And sports, we have about 20 football clubs. There's really something for everyone. Our academics focus on the arts, humanities, social sciences, business and management, of which we're a top 100 university in the world and top 200 university in the world, respectively. We also have law, education, social work, things of that nature. 8 of our 18 departments are in the world's top 50 and 8 are in the UK's top 30. And we recently were ranked 9th in the UK for our research intensity. And we're in the top 20 in the UK according to the most recent research excellence framework by the government. So in England, we have 3-year bachelor's degrees, which is a bit shorter and more focused. It does give you the opportunity to specialize and perform undergraduate research in one of our 55 different research centers and units on campus. And we also do have a post-study work visa in the UK that will allow you to remain in country for up to 2 years after you graduate. We have a non-exhaustive list of our academic programs listed here. We have around 75 total, but this will give you a good idea of what we offer on campus. Some more popular programs are our media communications department and degree programs, which our media department is the largest and oldest in Europe. We also are very well known for our art and design programs, which are very transdisciplinary, and each student will receive their own studio space while they're at Goldsmiths. Also psychology, computer science, and our business and management programs are quite popular. The application process is pretty simple. It's completely through UCAS, which is the aggregate application for UK universities, similar to the Common App. We are test optional this year, but next year we have not made a determination if we will remain test optional. We typically would require an SAT score of 1280 or an ACT score of 27, and a 3.0 GPA would be required to apply. The application typically closes in late January. This year it's 26 January. And some programs will require a portfolio or interview depending on what program you're applying for. Tuition at Goldsmiths ranges from around $22,000 to $28,000 US, and the total cost of attendance is typically around $36,000 to $40,000 US per year. Keep in mind it is a 3-year long program, so it does save you a whole year of school. We do offer international scholarships you can apply for, and we do accept federal direct loans from the US Department of Education. So you can complete your FAFSA like normal, and you'll be able to access federal funding. Accommodation is located pretty close to campus across 8 halls of residence. We have mixed gender halls, and we do guarantee accommodation for you in the first year. You'll have suite style living with a communal kitchen and living area, and you'll also have your own room with your own bathroom. That's about 96% of our rooms. The others will have a shared bathroom. That's only 4% of our housing. And regarding career services, we've put a really large emphasis on careers and your future at Goldsmiths. We offer work placements for most students, about 1,600 per year. We also have a really high entrepreneurial rate on campus, with about 14% of our graduates starting their own business within 1 year of graduation. And we provide plenty of grants and also a business incubator on campus for students looking to gain some entrepreneurial experience. We also we have a pretty extensive alumni network around the world with over 100,000 alumni and over 5,000 in the Americas. And when you factor in University of London, that becomes millions of alumni around the world. And lastly, there's plenty of socializing to do outside of your course. We have over 120 different clubs and activities on campus, and sports at Goldsmiths, we have over 20 options. Also, University of London provides additional sports and club options as well. And sports can be either competitive or intramural. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to pop some in the chat, and I'll pass it off to the next presenter.
Our next presenter is from the University of Toronto.
Hi, everyone. Let me just get my slides shared here, and then I'll get started. Here we go. All right, welcome. Hi, everyone. Nice to have you all join us here tonight. My name is Courtney, and I'm part of the recruitment team at the University of Toronto. So thanks so much again for joining us. As you might know, the University of Toronto is a network of dynamic and diverse communities at the heart of a really wonderful region in the Greater Toronto Area. There's no better place to be. So we'll just take a few minutes to talk about how our students can mix and match degrees and programs to build a really unique experience and review some admissions basics. So the University of Toronto is Canada's top-ranked university and Canada's flagship university for research and discovery. We're ranked in the world's top 20 year after year, in part because our campuses attract the best and brightest from all over the world. A lot of people know that insulin was discovered at U of T, but did you know that stem cell research started here too? The world's first nerve transplant, the world's first electronic pacemaker, and the world's first treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma. These are just a few of U of T's many contributions. We've produced Oscar winners, Olympic champions, prime ministers, Nobel laureates, and best-selling authors. This legacy of innovation is driven by the connections that we have with each other and with our neighborhoods and communities all across the Greater Toronto Area. The BBC once ranked Toronto as the world's most diverse city, and while there's lots of contenders for that title, we're definitely up there. In fact, half of Toronto's population was born outside of Canada and speaks a language other than English. The city is safe, clean, delicious, and has something for everyone. U of T is actually older than the city of Toronto, meaning that all of this wonderful diversity and richness has grown up around us. In fact, U of T was founded even before the country of Canada in 1827. But other communities have called these lands home for far, far longer, and we wish to acknowledge the land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still home to Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. Our central location has helped us to grow and expand to 3 campuses, all within an hour of each other, offering the same top quality education. When you graduate, you'll earn the same U of T degree. The campus you choose makes no difference. To the west, you'll find our U of T Mississauga campus, which is about a half hour from downtown Toronto. It's a mid-sized campus with about 16,000 students, and it's located on 225 acres of gorgeous green space. Most of the buildings are newly built, so it has a very modern feel. U of T Mississauga offers programs in arts, science, and business, along with unique joint programs with Sheridan College. U of T St. George is our founding campus right at the heart of downtown Toronto, with 35,000 undergraduate students and a wonderful mix of Gothic buildings and brand new glass and steel towers. U of T St. George is home to the Daniels Faculty of Architecture, Landscape, and Design, the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering, the Faculty of Kinesiology and Physical Education, and the Faculty of Music, along with the Faculty of Arts and Science and its 7 colleges. Our third campus, U of T Scarborough, about a half hour east of the downtown core, is a mid-sized campus with about 15,000 students. It's located on over 300 acres of parkland in the Highland Creek Valley. In addition to offering programs in arts, science, and business, U of T Scarborough is our co-op campus, and it's a great place for learning for students who learn best by doing. It's vital to us that every U of T student has not just a home base, but a team to support you and cheer you on. Each of our campuses is home to a wide range of student supports, and our students take full advantage of these services. So much so that 91% of first-year students move on to second year, a higher rate than the provincial average. U of T students thrive because they're in charge of their own futures. When you start your degree at U of T, you can mix and match programs, certificates, and co-curriculars to build an experience that captures your unique passions and personality. U of T offers hundreds of programs and thousands of courses. Students can personalize their degrees by combining majors, minors, specialists, and certificates in different fields. We're all about choice. While certain specialized programs are offered at one campus, so for example, forensic science at U of T Mississauga or journalism at U of T Scarborough, many of our programs are offered on all 3 campuses, so students can choose the setting they prefer. There are so many ways you can tailor your degree beyond this too. You can customize your co-curricular record, you can gain paid work experience through our co-op year and professional experience year co-op programs, you can take research courses or study on exchange at any of our 160 partner institutions across more than 40 countries, and you can get involved with any of 1,000 clubs, our 44 varsity level sports teams, or our intramural league. So if being a part of Canada's #1 university sounds fantastic, how do we get you there? While I can't cover every admission requirement for every program in the short time we have, I do encourage you to take a look at our online resources, where you can find a lot of these answers and easy ways to connect with us. In general, we look for strong academic results in the last 2 years of high school, along with specific prerequisite courses depending on the program. And we're pleased to offer test optional admissions for students applying for fall 2022. No matter what program you're applying to, though, all applicants are automatically considered for merit-based awards. You can learn more about our largest international scholarship, the Lester B. Pearson Award, by visiting the site you see here. And all students can use our handy Award Explorer to find even more award opportunities. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Don't forget to drop by discover.utoronto.ca, and that's where you'll find tours, webcasts, and on-demand content from your target campus or program, and where you can book a one-on-one meeting with a recruiter like myself. I'll also put my contact information in the chat. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of the evening.
Thanks, Courtney. Our next presenter is Ashley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashley and I work as the International Officer at the University of Strathclyde. So if you just give me a moment until I bring up my presentation. So for anyone who isn't familiar with who we are at the University of Strathclyde, we are based in Glasgow, downtown Glasgow, in lovely Scotland. So just a couple of key facts. Apologies, my laptop is going a bit slow. Sorry about this. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead with the rest of the presentation. So we are based in Glasgow, and Glasgow is we are based, as I said, in Scotland. So Glasgow has very much central, so it has 2 international airports which connect with the rest of the world. We're only a 1-hour flight away from London as well, so it's very central. And our campus is in the heart of downtown Glasgow, so you can find one of the largest shopping districts, which is just down the road. And our campus is very much compact as well. So it does have a Strathclyde Sports Centre, on-campus accommodation, all within 10-minute walk from each other. So just a few key facts about the university. We were founded in 1796 and we're known as the place of useful learning. And we're a medium-sized university, so we have about 23,000 students in total, which come from all over the world. We've won quite a few awards in the last few years. So we have won the UK University of the Year 2019, Scottish University of the Year 2020. We also won the Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher and Further Education. And recently we were ranked 4th in the UK for student satisfaction. So I won't go into too much detail about the location. I've already touched on that. But this is a map of our city centre campus. So the part that's outlined in blue is the University of Strathclyde. As I mentioned, we're very much a compact campus. So all of our buildings are within a 10-minute walk from each other. And that includes our student accommodation as well. So it's very easy to get around the campus. So something we're really excited about is our campus investment. So we have a £1 billion target to reach by 2025. So far we've opened up our Strathclyde Sports Centre, which opened in 2018. We opened up the Technology and Innovation Centre, which was developed with industry for industry, and that opened back in 2015. We've refurbished many of our study areas within our library. And this year we opened our Learning and Teaching building in September 2021. So our offices will move here. We'll also have our student support services within the Learning and Teaching building, as well as our Strathclyde Doctoral School, a 400-seat lecture theatre. So lots of exciting new things going on in campus. So we have 4 faculties at the university. We have our engineering, science, humanities and social sciences, and our Strathclyde Business School. We have 23 subjects which are ranked in the top 10 in the UK, including social policy, social work, media studies, marketing, business, which are all popular amongst US students. So we have all of our undergraduate degrees are 4 years and they are honours as well. We model the US system in the way that students can pick and choose their course combinations in first and second year before deciding what they want to major in. So we have more than 200 degree course combinations. There's opportunities to combine subjects from different departments and faculties as well. So you can apply through UCAS, which will allow you to apply for up to 5 course choices. Alternatively, you can apply directly on our website through the course webpage. We are test optional for fall 2022. And the great thing about Glasgow is it is a cheap city to live in, and there are low living costs. So I normally tell students to budget between £10,000 and £12,000 per academic year. And tuition fees range from 16,000 to 22,500 as well. We do have scholarships available. We have partial scholarships towards tuition fees, and we also accept FAFSA. So these are just a range of our support services which are available. So we have on-campus housing available for undergraduate students. We have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week security on campus as well. We have a study skills resources and workshops available on campus, as well as a careers service, an international student support, disability and wellbeing service, and we also have our student union, which has a range of sports clubs, societies and advice available from students as well. So this is my contact details, but I'll also put them in the chat box as well. We do have a USA country page, so please feel free to visit our USA country page to find out more information on entry requirements and student testimonials as well. So thanks for listening today.
Thanks, Ashley. Our next presenter is Emily.
Alrighty, 1 second. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Gruby from Duke Kunshan University. This is a joint venture institution that Duke University in North Carolina opened up in Kunshan, China. Now, I know I don't have a ton of time to talk today, so I do want to point out that on every slide, there is a QR code that will lead to our virtual events page. That includes like 45-minute long virtual info sessions, virtual campus tours led by current students, as well as some application advice sessions, which I think are beneficial to attend no matter what schools you end up applying to. So as I mentioned, this is a school in China, in Kunshan, China. You do spend most of your time in China. However, you have the opportunity to spend a semester at Duke during your junior year in North Carolina, or at one of our other global partnership locations. But no matter where you end up spending that semester during your junior year, you end up graduating with degrees from both Duke University in the US and Duke Kunshan University in China. And all courses are taught in English. And there's no Chinese language requirement to be admitted. We do require that all international students take Mandarin once they enroll, but again, not required for admission. And the majority of our international students haven't studied the language before coming to DKU. Kunshan is considered to be a small city by Chinese standards, and I use air quotes because it's still about 2 million people, and it's right in between Shanghai and Suzhou. Suzhou is about the population of New York City, and Shanghai is one of the biggest cities in the world at about 25 million people, and you can get to either of those cities in about 20 minutes via high-speed rail. So it's definitely a cool location, and our students take advantage of that location to go into Shanghai to explore, go to restaurants, experience nightlife. Our professors take students into Shanghai and Suzhou as well. So we definitely encourage exploring the local area and obviously not just staying within the campus walls. So Duke felt to solve some of these big global issues like economic issues, environmental issues, global health issues, that students needed a truly international education. So that's one of the reasons that they opened up this school in China. In doing so, they wanted to reinvent the traditional notion of liberal arts and sciences education by creating a very experiential and interdisciplinary curriculum. And we've done that through blended disciplines, through again, experiential learning through our 4+1 academic week, So classes are just Monday through Thursday, and Fridays are actually set aside for intentional co-curricular education like field trips, research, career treks into Shanghai with our career center. A lot of cool opportunities there. And even though we are interdisciplinary, we do have solid bases in arts and humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. But no matter what you end up majoring in, you'll take classes in all of those areas. Additionally, we have a pretty innovative semester schedule. We have basically a hybrid between the US and the Chinese higher education calendar. So we do run August to December, fall semester, have a winter break, and come back from January to May. But each semester is split into 2 7-week sessions. And you also get off Chinese holidays like Golden Week and Chinese New Year. And because our semesters are split into 2 7-week sessions, you're only taking like 2 to 3 classes at a time. Excuse me. These are our majors here. You see the underlined terms are the actual majors. The hollow bullet points underneath are the individual disciplinary tracks. So you choose both a major and a disciplinary track. But even though I'm showing you this now, you don't actually declare a major till the end of your sophomore year. So there's plenty of time to take exploratory courses, and there's plenty of room in your schedule. So about 1/3 of your courses are electives. So again, plenty of room to explore, but also plenty of ability to pursue multiple areas that you may be interested in. Information about all of our majors are available online, but if you have any questions about specific majors or want to be connected with faculty members or students who are pursuing these majors, definitely just reach out to us and we'd be happy to connect you with those. We were opened in 2013 with our graduate programs, but we started bringing in undergrads in fall of 2018. So we actually have our first group of seniors who will graduate this coming May. We already have students coming from over 60 countries, 6 continents, and they really come from all over the world. As a joint venture institution, at least 51% of our students have to come from China, but the rest are coming from all over. We currently have over 60 student organizations that have been created in these past 4 years that include club sports, Model UN, a big LGBT student organization, art club, music club, outdoor club, all sorts of cool things. And there's a lot of opportunities to start new organizations if you want to have a leadership role on campus. There's a lot of support for that. We are on the Common App. It is a free application, and we do have 2 applications for this year. The early decision deadline was yesterday, but we do have a regular decision deadline coming up on January 4th, and that's where the majority of our students apply through. We are test optional for fall 2022 admission, and decisions for future years will be announced at a later date, but all students who apply are automatically considered for merit-based aid, and you just need to submit your CSS profile to be considered for need-based aid as well. And we do award up to 100% of tuition. All right, definitely check out our social media and please reach out with any questions. I'll also put my contact info in the chat. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you, Emily. Our next presenter is Amy.
Hi everyone, sorry, my camera is thinking about turning on. There we go. And I'm just going to share my screen with you as well. But while I share, my name's Amy Easton. I'm the regional manager for the University of Aberdeen. And if you're not familiar with Aberdeen, that's no problem. We are another Scottish university that is here today. And we'll just, hopefully, there we go. So we're known as an ancient university with impact, and an ancient university in Scotland is one that is usually over 400 years old. So Aberdeen itself is over 525 years old, and we're located in the city of Aberdeen. Aberdeen itself is Scotland's 3rd largest city, but when it comes to size of cities in Scotland, everything's pretty tiny. So we're just over 200,000 people, but we're a very ancient place in the sense that we've had a really kind of strong standing in history. A lot goes on, and we definitely are known for our granite building. So we often get called the Granite City or the Silver City, because of the local quarries back in the day when they were building all of our buildings, they tend to be a bit gray, but that same quarry also provided, some very important buildings such as, Parliament in London, Trafalgar Square, places like that. So very important back in the day. But as I mentioned, the university itself is very old. We were founded in 1495, and we're about a medium-sized student population, so just over 14,500 students. That includes our undergrad and postgraduate population, but like most of the universities here, we are very internationally focused. So we have over 34% of our student population international, and we welcome over 120 different nationalities each year. We do have a lot to offer though. So we have over 350 undergraduate programs and then an additional 150 postgraduate programs if you're thinking maybe further down the line you'd like to do a master's. I always say you are in good company though. We've had 5 Nobel Prize winners that have graduated from the university. So we definitely have world impacting alumni. And actually one of those 5 Nobel Prize winners went on to teach at the University of Toronto and invented insulin. So there's a little connection there with Toronto. And then one of my favorite facts about the university is that we're a top 10 most beautiful historic university in the UK. Just some rankings quickly for you. So we're a top 5 UK overall student satisfaction. So students that have come to Aberdeen have really enjoyed their time with us in terms of teaching and living and their student experience. So we are known for that within the UK. And we're also a top 20 UK university in terms of overall rankings. And in the world kind of arena, we're world top 160 university according to Times Higher Education World University Rankings. Now, we have one main big campus in Aberdeen, and it's known as King's College campus. So this is kind of where all of our classes take place. We do have one separate campus that is just for our medical related classes. So that is our actual Forster Hill campus, which is a teaching hospital. So it's a real functioning hospital. So if you're not doing medicine, all of your classes will be here at King's College campus. So very much a true campus in the terminology of campuses. And it is really nicely located within the city. So it's in Old Aberdeen, and it's really what that says on the tin. Old buildings, cobbled streets, old street signs, and very cute and quaint part of town. But you're only 20 minutes from our main city center. So that's where you'll find all the shopping malls, museums, art galleries, restaurants, main transportation hubs, things like that, only 20 minutes. And then because where we're located, we're actually right on the coast, up on the east and north in Scotland. And so we're only about a 15-minute walk to the beach as well. And then another hour to kind of our main, all our main national parks, where you'll find that beautiful kind of classic scenic Scottish landscapes. We also have a dedicated student village known as Hillhead Student Village. So that's about a 10-15-minute walk from our King's College campus. And that is a very, very well-connected community. And we have many different options when it comes to our accommodation. So just some pictures here to show our historic buildings. And then some pictures of our accommodation. It's pretty standard. It's definitely apartment style living. So all of our students will have their own individual bedroom. And then depending on how much you want to spend, we have buildings that offer ensuite facilities or meal plans, but all of them are apartment style. So you'll always have access to a kitchen. We have social spaces, laundrettes, little shops, bus hub, all right there for you. Now, the university itself offers 4-year undergraduate degrees. So that's one thing Scotland in general offers, is the 4-year degree. And we have our 12 different schools. So you can study over 350 different options within these schools. I would say most popular are definitely things within business, engineering, our literature, languages, divinity, history, philosophy, our sciences. But I definitely get a lot of questions about our anthropology, archaeology programs. Now, just some general entry requirements for you. So we have a bit of a quirk of our systems for our ancient universities. We have what we call an MA degree. So it looks like a Master's of Arts, but actually it translates as a Bachelor of Arts. And that's just a historic quirk. But overall, we ask for 3.0 GPAs plus one of those bullet points. So either your SATs, ACTs, or 3 AP tests. If you are looking to do a science, we are looking for that 3.0, an SAT or an ACT, but we do need to see an AP in a math, biology, chemistry, or physics. But we are test optional for this year, so if you aren't able to take those tests, don't worry, just get in touch with us. We'll take that into consideration. But as I think quite a few of us have mentioned tonight, we might not be test optional in the future, so always get in touch and check. Because we're a UK university, we are on UCAS, which is the kind of main way students will apply. But if Aberdeen is your only option in the UK, you are welcome to use Common App. You're just not able to use both Common App and UCAS. So if you look for multiple universities in the UK, make sure you're using UCAS. Tuition fees, they do range between 18,500 up to £46,000. And that is a bit of a scary stretch in what it is.
And this concludes the presentation portion of our session today. We're now going to move to the Q&A. I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn your cameras on and I will pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. The first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll start with Thomas at Newcastle.
So I think it's been mentioned today, UK institutions, particularly those in England, you focus on your major right from the start. And so you really do need to know what it is that you want to study. You can't really switch majors. You can't enter as undeclared. So if you're thinking about studying in England in particular, you really need to know that what you're studying is going to be what you want to do for 3 years, because you can't really change your mind at a later date. So take that extra time to really research your major. Don't just focus on the overall institution, because that is going to be important.
So for those perhaps looking at the UK, I'd highly recommend using the UCAS website as a resource. It's www.ucas.com. It's a great way to search for universities you might not have heard of. You can sort by what you're looking to study, where in the country you'd like to go. So like London or Scotland or the northeast of England. You can sort by campus size or campus type. It's a really great way to kind of do some research. And also there's tons of information about how to fill out the UCAS application, how to write the personal statement, et cetera. So it's a really good resource, not just for the application, but also to do research.
Yeah, I guess I'm the odd one out here in terms of the Canadian university. We do have all those great resources in the Canadian context as well. But I would say my piece of advice is to try and talk to some current students. I think it's great to hear from students who are currently going through it, especially if you can get in touch with folks who are from the region that you're currently studying in. We have great student ambassadors at most universities, or tour guides, or other folks on campus who can really help you and get a sense of what it's like to actually be a student there.
I would say for any students considering studying in the UK, do as much research as possible on the universities that you're considering. Travel has started to open up now, so we have many students that are coming to the campus for a campus tour. That is not always possible, I understand that, and many universities do also offer virtual campus tours as well, so definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I'd kind of echo what everyone else has said. Just stay open-minded and really do your research. I mean, a lot of us can, or all of us can help you with that as well. As Courtney mentioned, current students are a great resource. We're also happy to connect you with like faculty members or other student services on campus too, to make sure that you have the big picture and have all the answers that you need.
Yeah, and just to follow on, I would say try not to put yourself too much in a box. There's definitely a lot of hidden gems when looking abroad. And if you're looking at the UK, we have a lot of universities that you might not have heard of because they're not in a big city, or they might have a slightly different name that doesn't reflect the city, but they could have the perfect match for you. So while you're doing that research, try not to really single out that you want to be in a specific city where you may never have been to a city, and it might be the right place for you.
Thank you all for your advice, providing that guidance. We are approaching the end of our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from this Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings. I also want to remind you to review our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, you can view this recording by visiting strivescan.com/WACAC. I want to thank all of our presenters for joining us, but again, thank you to all of our attendees. I hope everyone has a great night. Thank you.